It's Madden NFL 23 on EA.
Both here at State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Glendale. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants. It was also Arizona's first playoff appearance since 2015. Like his team, Murray's improved each of the last 3 seasons and would have set career highs across the board had he not missed a couple of starts.
Right to the air. Here's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Murray now. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Murray. That's complete to McBride. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. And the catch made by Hopkins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He'll get this to Conner underneath. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, hang on here. DeAndre Hopkins is shaken up, so we're going to have a pause for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Conner. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They're going to run. Here's Conner. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6. We're trying to put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They go play action. Winston. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Winston now.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and now it winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Jameis to throw it.
There's Chris Olave.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll go down at the 28. That run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for New Orleans field goal try.
It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road, you're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And on the last drive, They were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit for him in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He got 29 yards that time.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Murray. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away.
Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Jameis again. The pass caught by Olave. The 20. Touchdown, New Dolphins. Chris Olave, 56 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Murray.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, go get him now. Come on, baby. Get him. Let's hit it.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Murray going to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports.
Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. And that is incomplete here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw, it's Murray. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll get that one complete to Connor.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, Connor. He's got it to the 43 here.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Connor.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Throwing now is Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Award that tackle for loss to the safety, Buda Baker.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Coming left is Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but not from the spot. Actually, no gain. So 3rd and long.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, You've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on fourth down. Greg Dortch back deep. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The football going back over to Arizona now. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
David Onyemata there on the tackle.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Easily one of the most exciting player-team fits from last year's draft. Rondale Moore brought his brand of electricity to the Cardinals offense as a rookie, and he'll have an even bigger role in that offense this season and should easily top his 435 yards of 2021. He gets Arizona 1st down with that catch.
Murray now on 1st down. To Connor on the check down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. The Cardinals on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll run for it with Connor. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
The ball on the 8, still could get a first down technically, 2nd and 7. Murray now. That's caught right side by Anderson. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson from 8 yards out. And the Cardinals have got it back to within a score. Well, that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Matt Amendola now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, Winston. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the 44, Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Again, it's Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
And one of the real good guys in this league, J.J. Watt, not a malicious play, just football as far as he's concerned, but at the same time, he's got to know a little bit better and not take the shot there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again with Winston.
Olave holds it in. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
I see a surprising face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Saints. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as these guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try to win this ball game.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Winston, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Third and short yardage, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Kamara trying the right side. Avoids him at the 40. And he's got this down to the 35.
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Winston, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, they sit him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Jameis now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at the yard. That's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down is Murray. Ertz over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Murray again. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now in his 6th season, Kamara just continues to be one of the best dual-purpose backs in football. He's never missed a Pro Bowl, and he has the most total yards in the NFL since entering the league in 2017. He actually played in his fewest games in a season last year and still had over 1,300 yards.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Winston. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Kamara off the draw. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They run. It's Kamara. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal. So it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Winston. That's to his running. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. There he goes, left side. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery. Touchdown for Arizona. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going, this definitely qualifies.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
102 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Third down tonight. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. He gets it to Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he coughed it up. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed.
Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly with a good chunk of time on the clock. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And this is Ertz with it, right side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 22, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. To throw is Murray. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation. Give me a fresh.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Connor up the middle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Murray now. Going deep for Hopkins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running, because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Ertz has it left side.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Murray going to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Winston to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11. Winston to give. It's Kamara. 119 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.